Greetings, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I'm Android with Loud and Clear, and this is a parallel series that will be running along with KKW. I figured I'd bring it out a little bit earlier than I originally anticipated because Jimmy canceled GSC, and I figured y'all wanted something where you could still submit craft and compete against each other. So that's what this is. This is DEFKON. It is, as I said, something where you'll be submitting craft and competing against each other in this universe where OPFOR and OPFOR are fighting this conflict. There's no fancy story here. Those are even placeholder names. It's just friendlies versus enemies. You are working as a design contractor for OPFOR. You are all competing for design contracts to create new planes to fill certain roles for this faction. There is a mod pack. Mod pack will be supplied along with the rules on Jimmy's Discord. The basics are make it look reasonable as a semi-realistic aircraft and follow the specifications for each episode. There's clipping rules and things like that, but as I said, those will be posted on the Discord, so no need to go into detail here. As far as this first episode, OPFOR has been attacked by OPFOR. They've repelled the initial air attack, and their attempt to repel the ground attack does not go particularly well, as you will be seeing in this footage going on in the background. They're essentially working with old F4 Phantoms and A-10s, which are definitely not great on a modern battlefield. The A-10 especially is not suited to fighting anything that has any significant amount, or even minor amount, of anti-air defense. So, with that being said, here is the first contract. You need to design a replacement for the A-10, not something that does the exact same job, but something that does the same basic job, attacking ground targets with minimal air defense. Minimal air defense being 1 or 2 anti-air guns, and maybe a short-range missile battery. Nothing too crazy. Mainly designed to take out poorly defended enemy armor assets. This craft must be pretty decently maneuverable. It doesn't need to be that quick, but it does need to be quicker than the A-10. And it needs to have significant fuel capacity to stay on station for as long as possible, and significant ordnance capacity to take out as many units in one outing as possible. For designing this craft, you will be supplied several enemy ground units that you will be expected to face and eliminate, and you will also be supplied with a copy of the A-10 that you are replacing, so that you have an idea of what you need to surpass, which is honestly not that hard, and what you need to be able to destroy. All other roles will be taken care of. You will have things such as sea aircraft like the Phantom to eliminate any major air defense that you might run across. It is just a craft designed to take out ground units that are unprepared for an air attack. That is the concept here. But the idea is to be as good at that and efficient at that as possible. That's what you'll be competing against each other to see who is the best at creating a craft that fills these criteria, and also who creates the one that looks the most appropriate for this sort of NATO allegory nation. So looks are playing a factor. If it looks like something out of Battlestar Galactica, or if it just doesn't look good, or if it looks like a Soviet aircraft, do not expect it to make it in regardless of how good it is. It needs to look the part of a NATO aircraft. I'm not saying that you need to make a replica. I'm just saying that it needs to look close enough to something that NATO might design, or might have designed in the past 10, 20 years, or might design within the next 10 years. And ideally, if you could stick to NATO weaponry, that would be great. If not, just try not to use Russian-specific weaponry. That would be ideal. So, I believe that is more or less everything. Everything that I have not mentioned will be on the Discord, and some of the things that I have, such as the files, will be on the Discord. And mod pack, etc. And that is that. I hope to see some of your craft in the first proper episode, at the end of which we will be setting up the next episode, just like GSC would have done. And will hopefully see your craft in there. See you next time.